this Lakers team confuses me this year. They're obviously a lot better than what I anticipated them to be coming into the season. After all, they have had Luka for a full offseason. They've made changes around the margins of their roster. They did lose some pieces, but as it seems, that's not even a big deal anymore because, they could just win, I suppose. The Lakers currently sit at the second spot in the Western Conference, which is honestly very impressive. I thought they would probably be in that 6-5 range. It's still early in the season, but they've only lost 5 games this season, and LeBron and Luka missed significant time early on, especially in that first 10-game opening stretch, and that is because of the utter ascension of Austin Reeves, Mr. AR-15. He's taken a incredible all-star leap this year. Just his offense production has just been insane. It's been off the charts. What makes this Lakers team dangerous and Austin Reeves' ascension even more prominent is that LeBron can now be a third option on this team. He doesn't need to go ahead and drop 25 to 30 every single night to keep the Lakers afloat, like how he's done in years previous, especially when Anthony Davis was missing time or when the roster was just absolute dookie on occasions. He's got Luka, who is a consensus top 6, top 5 player in the league, depending on who you ask and such. And then you got Austin Reeves, who has taken that definitive, in my opinion, top 25 spot. Him and Luka I believe I saw a stat, 6 games together where they both score 30. That's insane. They're rated 6 in offensive rating, which is pretty good. That's definitely going to carry them to a lot of regular season wins. However, what has been expected is that their defense is quite mid. It's not spectacular. And that middling defense is really contributed by their 2 other players, Rui Hachimura and DeAndre Ayton. It's not that Rui and Ayton are bad players. They're actually both pretty good. Ayton is very much a point guard dependent big. He needs to be playing with an all-star point guard to be maximized offensively and I guess defensively because of his motivation. He's a weird guy. You watched him on the Blazers the past few years, you know what I'm talking about. But their defense really struggles when both Rui and Ayton are on the floor at the same time. You go back and watch highlights or you watch some games and Rui just looks completely disinterested in playing defense. He looks completely lost. Like he doesn't know where he's at specifically in the offensive or defensive scheme and he just kind of wants to, hoop on his own. Whereas Ayton, at the very least, he's been playing like a lob threat, like him, traditional, big guy in the midi, can hit a midi whenever he can. He just needs to get to his spot and such. Overall, this group that the Lakers have assembled, JJ Redick, they can probably get to 50 wins this season. No question about that. I feel like that's kind of their floor at the moment, just because their offense is so good and they'll be able to just kind of coast through the regular season, barring major injury. Specifically, I think as long as Austin Reeves can stay healthy, I think this team can easily make the playoffs, no matter what. I don't even think that's a question. But can they improve defensively? And I think what they personally should do is move Rui to the bench, get Marcus Smart on the starting lineup. It doesn't make sense in terms of defense, just because Marcus Smart, he's shorter, he's a guard. He's definitely not going to help the Lakers in some matchups, but the Lakers are at their best when he is in the starting lineup. I think they're 5-1 or 6-1 in games that he has started. They can also probably move some pieces to maybe round out the roster. Specifically, they could probably move off of Dalton Connect. He is very much a shell of himself, which is a little unfair, I would say. He is a second year player, of course, a sophomore slump. That's pretty predictable for most guys in the league, just at some point in their career. But definitely you can get him for probably something maybe a little better, maybe another defensive wing to fill in for Rui if he's not playing well. Basically, they just need more defense. That's their biggest issue, because Luka works best when he has a bunch of defensive goons around him, because even though he is pretty tall, he's a natural big body. He can, he can take a charge or two. He can nab a steal occasionally. He's still not the greatest defender. I'd rather have SGA over him, just because SGA brings some more versatility on both ends of the floor. But Luka is certainly incredible in maximizing Ayton's offensive potential. I think Ayton's averaging like 18 a game, 18 and 10, which is exactly what you need him to do in order to be effective on the floor. Why couldn't he have been like that in Portland? I don't know. Beats me. Obviously, no matter what happens, this Lakers team is not winning a title this year unless, I don't know, SGA tears his ACL or Achilles or something, which, I don't know, he's been playing pretty hard. Injuries are injuries. I don't know what else that could happen. In the future, though, I can easily see this Lakers team winning probably sometime in the next, 3-4 years from now. I think they'll have a pretty good shot, especially get LeBron off this team. You fill up that 40 to 50 million with other good defensive players, specifically probably more 3-and-D wings, maybe another backup big instead of Jackson Hayes. Dear God, get him off this team, please, for the love of God. He's unbearable. Literally get Jackson Hayes, Dalton Connect, find literally anybody else. Go get, I don't know, Onyeka Okongwu or a Clint Capella, DeAndre Jordan, just anybody else. No, but in all seriousness, though, my greatest fear is Jokic, having probably been satisfied with winning a ring for Denver, is going to probably enter free agency. I believe in 2028. I think that's when him and Giannis are up. And I have a very sneaking suspicion that he wants to go play with Luka for a few years in his latter stages of his career. And hey, LeBron's gonna be leaving. Guess who's coming to LA? That's my main fear, and that would be scary. That'd be terrifying. But that wouldn't matter. OKC is still gonna be pretty good, and then Wemby is, just gonna be the GOAT within 10 years or so. But well, what do I know? In short, we'll see if this Lakers offense holds up for the rest of the season. We still got about 60 games to go. They're looking good at the moment. I don't know how they'll look come playoff time, but hey, I don't know. The NBA is unpredictable. But anyways, thank you for listening. Bye!